When does a team go from good to great? How do fans know they are watching an historical moment in the sport? Well, keep watching and we'll tell you. Here are the defining moments for each AFC East team. The Buffalo Bills. The good news for Bills fans is that they played in 4 consecutive Super Bowls from 1990 to 1993. This has never been done before or since. The bad news? Buffalo lost all 4 Super Bowls. But after years of obscurity, Buffalo finally has become relevant. And they did it without you-know-who. The Bills of the 90s had 5 Hall of Fame players: Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed, James Lofton, and Bruce Smith. Buffalo led the NFL in scoring in 1990, and they were top 3 in scoring for the 1991 and 1992 seasons. Meanwhile, Bruce Smith wreaked havoc on quarterbacks with 48.5 sacks between 1990 and 1993. Those are dominant numbers, and Smith only played in 5 games in 1991 due to an injury. The Bills' offense was so great that New York Giants coach Bill Parcells devised a game plan of keep away for their Super Bowl 25 matchup. While Buffalo's offense was great, their run defense was only average. However, the Giants' run offense was number 7 in the league. So when New York had the ball, the matchup favored the Giants. New York methodically moved the ball on the ground with Super Bowl MVP O.J. Anderson while running the game clock. This strategy limited Buffalo's number of possessions. The Giants' time of possession was over 40 minutes, which only left 19 minutes for the Bills' offense to score. But Buffalo almost overcame Parcells' strategy. With 8 seconds remaining in the game and down 20-19, Buffalo lined up for a 48-yard game-winning field goal. Bills kicker Scott Norwood missed the kick by 1 yard to the right, giving the New York Giants the win. The Bills would play in the next 3 Super Bowls, but were not competitive in any of them, losing to the Washington Redskins in 91 and to Dallas in both 92 and 93. Sorry, Bills fans, this is the best we've got for you, but hey, at least we didn't mention you-know-who.
With 8 seconds left and the Giants leading Buffalo 20-19. It's a 47-yard kick for the Bills. There's the snap. There's the kick. It is up. It is no good. No one missed. 4 seconds left. The Giants have won Super Bowl 20.
Next, the Miami Dolphins. Perfection. The only NFL team to have a perfect regular season and playoffs is the 1972 Miami Dolphins. Their record was 17 wins, no losses, and no ties. Sorry, New England, you were close but didn't finish the job in the Super Bowl against the Giants. The 1972 Dolphins were led by Hall of Fame coach Don Shula and Hall of Fame players like Bob Greasy, Larry Zonka, and Nick Buonaconti. In all, the Dolphins had 6 Hall of Famers on the 1972 roster. Miami had the NFL's #1 offense, and they had 2 1,000-yard rushers for the first time in NFL history, Larry Zonka and Mercury Morris. Running back Jim Kick added another 500 yards to Miami's rushing attack. Miami steamrolled their competition and only had 3 regular season games decided by less than 10 points. But the Dolphins weren't without adversity. Quarterback Bob Greasy broke his leg in the 5th game versus the San Diego Chargers. Not to worry, Coach Shula planned for the worst. During the offseason, Shula convinced Earl Morrall, Shula's backup quarterback from his time with the Colts, to come to Miami. Morrall had backed up Hall of Fame quarterback Johnny Unitas in Baltimore, and Shula wanted his services in Miami just in case. Morrall started the last 9 games of the regular season and their first playoff game as the Dolphins refused to lose. In the AFC Championship game against Pittsburgh, Miami was down 10-7 in the 3rd quarter when Shula replaced Morrall with a healthy Bob Greasy. Greasy led the Dolphins to 2 touchdown drives to get the win and earn a trip to Super Bowl 7. This was Coach Shula's 3rd Super Bowl appearance, but he hadn't won one yet. Many doubted he could win. Shula coached the heavily favored Colts when they lost to Joe Namath and the Jets in Super Bowl III. Coach Shula and the Dolphins also lost Super Bowl VI to the Cowboys the previous year. Odds makers even made the Washington Redskins a 1.5-point favorite over the undefeated Dolphins. During Super Bowl VII, Miami held a 14-0 lead late in the 4th quarter when they lined up for a field goal attempt to stretch the lead to 17-0. And then this happened. Fortunately for the Dolphins, their defense overcame their kicker's mistake and they took home the Super Bowl victory 14-7. The New England Patriots, the Tuck Rule game. The 2001 divisional playoff game between the New England Patriots and the visiting Oakland Raiders had weather that most football fans love to see, a blanket of heavy snow and freezing temperatures. The winter storm made for sloppy play as the teams combined for 11 punts and only 11 first downs, but a late drive by the Raiders in the 2nd quarter gave them a 7-0 halftime lead on a Rich Gannon to James Jett 13-yard touchdown pass. While most teams rely on their run game during bad weather, the Patriots came out of halftime throwing the ball. Tom Brady went 26 of 39 for 200 138 yards in the second half against the Raiders. And remember that this was the season that he took over the starting job after Drew Bledsoe's injury. So he wasn't Tom Brady the GOAT yet. The Patriots' drive ended in a short Adam Vinatieri field goal. In the fourth quarter, Brady hit 9 passes in a row, then ran the ball into the end zone himself, finishing a 10-play, 61-yard drive and cutting the Raiders' lead to 13-10. In the final 2 minutes of the game, New England had the ball at midfield. Brady dropped back to pass when he was hit by his Michigan college teammate Charles Woodson. Brady lost the ball, and Raiders linebacker Greg Biekert recovered it. Then things got weird. When the fumble was reviewed by instant replay, the call was changed to an incomplete pass, citing what became known as the tuck rule. Football fans everywhere were confused. Tuck rule? What the heck is that? Basically, it was ruled that Brady's arm was moving forward at the time of the hit, which made it an incomplete pass instead of a fumble. The Patriots took advantage of their second chance by moving to the Raiders' 28-yard line and hitting a 45-yard field goal, which tied the game at 13-13 with 27 seconds remaining. New England won the coin toss in overtime and used a 14-play, 63-yard drive to get into field goal range. Normally, a 23-yard field goal is easy for NFL kickers, but with the snow, wind, and the pressure of a playoff game, this kick was no gimme, but it sailed high and true, giving the Patriots a 16-13 win. The following week, the Patriots beat the Steelers 24-17 to advance to Super Bowl 36, where they beat the St. Louis Rams 20-17. This would be their first Super Bowl win on their way to winning 7 under Tom Brady. The New York Jets, guaranteed win. Ah, Jet fans, why do you do it to yourself? All of the disappointment, the heartache, you keep coming back for more. Why did you choose this team to begin with? It's self-inflicted misery. But don't worry, Jets fans. We're here to help you remember the Jets' defining moment. Let's list your accomplishments. How many division titles do you have? What? Just 2? Okay, that's okay. How about playoff appearances? Really? Only 12? Since 1970? Boy, these guys are terrible. What's that? Super Bowl? Oh, you attended a Super Bowl game? Really? The Jets actually won a Super Bowl? Okay, let's talk about that. In 1969, before the NFL-AFL merger, the AFL champion New York Jets were set to play the NFL champion Baltimore Colts, led by Hall of Fame coach Don Shula and Hall of Fame quarterback Johnny Unitas. The Colts were heavy favorites to win by 19.5 points, and no one gave the Jets a chance. No one except Jets Hall of Fame quarterback Joe Namath.
We're going to win the game, I guarantee.
Joe Namath, number 12, has been the one big sidelight. He's come down here and he says the Jets are going to win. In fact, he doesn't even predict it. He says, I guarantee a Jet victory.
Days before the game, he shocked everyone by saying, and they did. The Jets won 16-7. Namath was correct in his guarantee. While the game wasn't much to watch, New York took a commanding lead, 16-0 through the fourth quarter before a late touchdown by the Colts. Joe Namath never won another playoff game, but his guarantee in Super Bowl III was one for the ages. Well, what do you think of our AFC East team-defining moment? Give us your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you like Football Fix videos, smash that like button and subscribe for more NFL content.